when you're experiencing fear, there's nothing wrong with you. I know it's like wild idea, but that's a normal human experience. All right, hey friends, welcome to this episode. And in this episode, I want to talk about the concept of where are you doing your inner work from? What place is it coming from? And why this matters probably more than anything. So before we dive in, if you're enjoying our content and you've been with us for any length of time and want to support the show, please help us out real quick by liking and subscribing. Also, if we don't know each other yet, my name is Matt Codde and I'm the founder of RestoredMinds, and we have some great resources and links down in the notes for you if you want to explore those further or after the show. So let's go ahead and dive in now as to where are we doing this work from and why that matters. Well, you see, a lot of people, when they are dealing with intrusive thoughts, panic attacks, anxiety, not sleeping, they come at the work from a very problem solution standpoint, right? And a very Newtonian cause and effect. So it's like, okay, I'm having this problem and I need to implement the solution and I need to get this effect that I want. The issue is when you're talking about something like consciousness, it doesn't work in the Newtonian paradigm. And especially when you're talking about like different levels of consciousness, fear and whatnot. So we'll be experiencing this problem or this experience that we don't want, fear coming up, bunch of minds racing, intrusive thoughts. And what we don't understand is the reason, quote, that we're in that state to begin with is because a lot of times we have this internal resistance towards our emotions to begin with. We have this belief that they may be bad, this belief we're not supposed to be feeling this, the belief that my mind's not supposed to create thoughts like that. So I need to go in and fix it, right? So it comes from this internal belief in this paradigm that there's something flawed about me, there's something wrong, and I need to fix it. So then I research and I find these tools. You find ERP, you find the AAA response, you find meditation, you find ayahuasca, you find, whatever, right? Vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, teas, supplements, books, whatever, right? I'm sure if you have been dealing with this any length of time, you have your fair share of things that you've just impulsively purchased because they promised a quick cure. But the thing is that when we do it from this place, let's notice like the obvious flaw in this plan that seems to go unaddressed is it assumes that what we're experiencing is abnormal, that we are bad or wrong or diseased, right? Because we're having these experiences of normal emotion, which again in the mind has this way of automatically creating thought patterns when we're in certain emotional states. See, what I believe is that when you're experiencing fear, there's nothing wrong with you. I know it's like wild idea, but that's a normal human experience. Right? The thoughts that you're having are normal human experiences. You don't create them. You're not making the thoughts happen. You're not making the feeling happen. If you were using your agency to create the thoughts and to create the feelings, and you were the one doing this, I would just say, well, stop doing that. Just stop. It doesn't work though, right? Because you're not doing it. You are experiencing it. So then the question is like, well, if we're trying from a place of resistance to integrate the tools to get the result that we want from a false belief that we're holding, it indirectly just creates a self-reinforcing pattern where I don't want these experiences that are automatically happening that I have no control over, really. And then because I don't want them, I'm going to integrate these tools, and these tools are used to try to squash them, when really that's not what the tools are designed to do. And then it doesn't work. So then I get more anxious, and then I just move to the next tool, and I move to the next tool, and I move to the next tool. And all of a sudden I start developing this narrative about myself that I'm a lost cause, that I'm hopeless, that I can't be cured, that I have the worst case ever, what have you. And it all starts, though, from a false belief about oneself, false belief about the experience. And what I have learned is that so much of this is learning how to adopt the proper paradigms and the proper beliefs that the tools serve to support. And when we don't do that, we're doing the tools, we're doing the intervention from the entire wrong place to begin with, and therefore it can't do anything but set us up to fail. So when we talk about the AAA response at Restored Minds, one of the main things that I emphasize is the whole reason the AAA response exists is to help put you in a state of non-resistance towards your thoughts and feelings. That's its entire objective. It's not to fix thoughts and feelings. It's to put you in a state of non-resistance. Now, what a state of non-resistance does is it opens up the opportunity for emotion to surface up within your nervous system and body and consciousness and run its course. And an emotion has a beginning and an end point. Any emotion can be experienced all the way through. It doesn't mean that there's not many layers of fear that you need to experience. Guilt underneath that, anger, desire, pride, shame, right? Despair, sadness, right? Fear, all these lower emotions. But we have to do it from the right context. When we're doing it from the wrong context, it can't help but work in a cyclical, self-reinforcing negative loop. And that's really what OCD and anxiety is. So when people are using ERP and they say things like, "Oh, well, I've gotten a little better," I already know that they're not getting the main point of the work here. Because the way they qualify getting better is, "Oh, I'm not having as many thoughts," or "I'm not having as many feelings." See, we qualify the problem wrong right off the jump. And interestingly enough, a person who is like, "Hey, I'm having a ton of thoughts and I'm having a ton of feelings," and actually working at becoming into a state of non-resistance in that experience is doing phenomenal work. That person is getting better. And this is one of the the whole shifts here is understanding that the way that we qualify this as a problem and judge it and appraise it as a problem to begin with is already one of the central foundations of why the problem exists. When did we start saying fear is a disease that you have? And even though people say all this stuff that I'm saying of "Oh, well, it's not actually about getting rid of the thoughts, it's actually not about getting rid of the feelings," we come back and evaluate, "Oh, well, how are your thoughts and feelings today?" It's what a silly idea, right? It's that's not really the problem. How's that going? It's the focal point is completely off. And on top of that, when you don't understand that your inner resistance is really the central catalyst of this experience, and the reason something like the AAA response is actually to put you into a state of non-resistance and to practice, not just one time, but to practice it and get so unconsciously good at it that it's just your default experience. That's why we do that. And it's not this idea of "Oh, I'm just going to learn it intellectually and now I'm in it." It's no, you're missing the point too. This is another thing. A lot of people think that, okay, well, I'm going to learn all this stuff because if I know it, then it means it works. And it's 1,000%. That is the most wrong appraisal, that of how to see this. What you have to understand is that this is about, hey, really, can I get to a place of non-resistance because my state of resistance is the only thing that I ever needed to work on. And there are so many levels of non-resistance that we've just been ingrained in, that that really is the work of recovery. So when I say, are you doing this from the right place? Are you working at the right problem? Are you doing the intervention with the intended outcome correctly? And how are you appraising your success? Because all of those things are what actually are going to allow you to ascend in consciousness and to get to a place where you can actually live from states of peace and trust and love, because you will have confronted and transcended fear, not coped and managed and suppressed it and contained it enough for you to function. And that's the difference. So with that, we'll end there today. But like I said, I have some links in the notes. Also, I wanted to give you a heads up that our new app is in beta testing as of this week. And I'm so excited for it, because what we are doing is we're really creating a way to help you use the AAA response throughout your day as you're going about your function, your daily function and daily things, to practice this to get to the point where you really embody it. So with that, wishing you all a great day and a great week. Keep your eyes out on your inbox for our release. It's coming up here soon. And if you're not part of our list, please join it. We'll have a link down below, or you can head over to RestoredMinds as well. With that, talk to y'all soon and have a good day. Hey there, this is Matt Codde, and I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch that episode. And if you found it helpful, we have some other episodes available for you as well that we've linked here. And if you're looking for additional resources, I have links down in the notes, or you can head over to RestoredMinds.com/start to get started with some new free resources that we have available. Thanks so much, and look forward to seeing you soon.